Welcome, welcome. Today we are speaking about something very interesting, and that is
That's right.
the very important debate: cashless versus cash. Now, Matthew is like me, half European, half African. He is half Danish, half Ghanaian. I'm half Romanian, half Nigerian. So he's going to share his perspective being a citizen of both countries and the societies there and the society here with regards to life. You see, before we go any further, I like
Yeah.
to make a statement. There was a time I was in an argument.
Okay.
Ada, you might have to mute me on the live because I'm echoing.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Clear now. There was a time I was in an argument with someone. Taste Buds was there. We're arguing about made in Nigeria cars, and then Nigeria only just gave the license to Nissan to produce cars in Nigeria. And I was like, why Nissan? Who uses Nissan in Nigeria? When we have Toyota, we have Honda. What kind of nonsense? Which one is Nissan? 2 weeks later, I was supposed to visit my mom in Ado Ekiti. The moment we left Lagos and got into Ibadan, from Ibadan all the way to Ado Ekiti, the most popular car was Nissan. In Ibadan, the taxis were all Nissan Micras. Now, what am I trying to say with this? Many people sit in one spot and from that one spot make deductions, make assumptions. If you own an iPhone 12 in Uganda, it means you paid cash for it. Okay, well, that sounds like wealth, but how many people can actually afford that? So, ladies and gentlemen, to throw more light on this, we've got Matthew Mensah. Hi, Matthew, how far?
Hi, you man.
I'm good. It's been a while since I chat with you almost every day, but I haven't seen you like this in about a whole year.
I know. I mean, last time we spoke, my beard was like all over the place. I'm trying to get back into civilization now. So yeah.
Yeah, how are you coping? Have you gotten your vaccine?
Let's not go there. But I'm waiting for you to take it, and then I'll just watch a little bit. But no, I mean, I'll definitely.
My problem with the vaccine is.
I mean, I'll definitely take it when it comes to the right one.
My problem with the vaccine is I want Moderna or Pfizer. I don't want no Chinese vaccine.
I was about to say, I'm not doing Chinese. I'm not doing Indian. I'm sorry. I
What
know you guys work on something, but I'm not doing.
WTF?
I'm not doing Nigerian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not doing.
I think we're actually better off with the Madagascar Agbo than Chinese.
But
Nobody from Wuhan, the thing starts. When they give us Wuhan vaccine.
no, I'm not doing that.
Then at night you'll be flying like bat. Anyway, Matthew, tell us, what is your take? Cash society versus credit society. What do you have to say about the argument? You saw the video with a young lady. Unfortunately, time will not permit us to play it, where she compared Uganda, to Sweden. Please, dear Sweden, please forgive us. We're very rude. We're badly pleased. How can you compare Uganda to Sweden? As in, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. We've got Matthew Mensah here. So, what is your take?
I mean, for me, being like West African and Scandinavian, I grew up as well in Denmark. Apart from growing up in Nigeria as well, but I was born in Denmark, and obviously there's a country just like Sweden, which is our neighbor in Denmark, that is built on credit. The system is built on credit, but it's also built on a stronger economic and social coherence, and system. Because in Denmark, for example, if you like in Sweden, if you lose your job, you get 90% of your salary while you're getting a new job, for example, or while you're trying to get a new job, when you go on welfare. If you are a student, you get I think you get a stipendium for about $500 a month just for you to take care of rent and so on. You get free transport, you get free healthcare, as well if you are a pensioner. And you have opportunities to buy. It's encouraged for you to buy house and apartment, a car on credit. But it's also a better system in case of you to lose your job. You are not going to fall flat down on your nose and have to lose everything. And that's the problem. For example, you will see. I think South Africa is probably 2 countries that you have a proper credit system, and you see over and over again that every time someone buys a car, on Monday they have a nice car, on Tuesday they're on an Uber, because they'll just buy a car on credit, but they can only pay one time and then that's it, it's gone, because they don't have a system that is built on it. They don't have a salary that would justify driving that car and spending 10,000 Rand a month, for example, on your credit. So credit is good if you have a system that backs up that lifestyle. Otherwise, it's pointless, And of course, one thing as well, like here in West Africa, for us it's the same as well as it is in Nigeria, here in Ghana, is that credit also builds on a system that is a security system, which we don't have properly. I can't even, you can't even go out and find someone where they live, if they live in some kind of a township or something. How are you going to find out exactly where they live? You can't just be on your report, go by the second bus stop next to the gas station. I live in the yellow house to the right. That's not credit-worthy, and that's not going to give anyone the trust for you to have a go out and buy a car and say, yeah, you see me on Thursday, I'll do the first payment. That's why we pay everything on cash, because we don't have a proper security system in place.
Absolutely. This does make a lot of sense. Now, I understand where you're coming from. The society has to have the structure for a credit base. That's why credit societies are not really working well in many parts of Africa, because the society has to have the structure for it. She made a statement. She said, they're saying Africa is poor, Africa is poor, Africa is poor. You cannot judge someone based on their perceived wealth or on wealth they haven't utilized. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you personally? Here's my take. I believe Africa is poor because 1, we have bad leadership. 2, we're greedy, so we're not working together on our resources as a collective. Instead, everyone's trying to outdo every other person and take the natural resources we have. 3, we have not grown an industrial base that can help us utilize the natural resources well. For instance, we have cocoa in Ghana and in Nigeria, but the chocolate comes from Switzerland.
Yeah.
We have palm oil and shea butter in Nigeria, but palm olive, the company, comes from Europe, I think. So I personally believe that Africa has a wealth of natural resources, but as a continent, we are still poor. What is your take?
Of course. No, I totally agree. And again, it is down to how there's almost a systemic way of keeping poverty amongst different countries. That's why as well you find that, for example, that's how EU was created. EU was created by being able to trade and be able to trade with credits amongst different countries. I mean, you can't buy. between the countries. That's why as well we don't have a good structure when it comes to economic wealth between the countries, because our economic wealth comes between trading from Africa, for our own country, to Europe or US, for example, where now I'm hoping that we get a better trade system between us now that Ghana is head of the new trade union. But I want to say one thing is that it's very important when it comes to credit. You have people living in Europe who financially would not necessarily be stronger than a lot of people living in Nigeria and Ghana, for example, of the middle class and up. But because they have a credit system and they have a good credit score, that means they can live a higher lifestyle than most other people. They will look like they're billionaires because everything is on credit. They will have a nice house, they will have a nice car, they will be able to go out and buy nice clothes whenever they want to without killing themselves, because they don't have to pay full cash and they still have money to save. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. But the problem is as well for us. We get paid, we go out, spend everything. Gucci, whatever people are spending on, they are finished after like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But there, you can go out and buy, and you still buy, like you spend like the $100 for 12,000 jacket or whatever it is that you want to buy. You know what I mean? And we don't have that here. That's the biggest difference. Is that we credit score that makes people in Scandinavia and Europe live on a higher quality of life. You know.
Absolutely. I love this point you made. Nigeria has one Adenuga, one Dangote, and 90 million people in extreme poverty. Sweden, for instance, does not have that. Uganda has, out of its 40 million population, 44 million thereabout, it has about 15 million people in extreme poverty. Sweden does not have a single human being in extreme poverty. And they have an even distribution of wealth. What we have in Nigeria is a very uneven distribution of wealth. You see people who can barely eat and people who have 2021 G-Wagons. You don't get that disparity in a credit system. You don't have the crime of a cash system in a credit system, because first of all, the need for motivational speakers even reduces, because I don't need anyone. Someone cannot come to me and climb the stage and I have to listen to them and the person says, you're gonna get a new car next year. I need a new car. I walk to the car lot, I sign off the paperwork, I get a new car. I was talking to a friend of mine, Jigga, who's a pilot in Paris. And we're having a conversation one day, and I was like, Jigga, this your Benz is nice. So what year is it? He said, I think we're having the conversation in 2019, and it was a 2019 Benz. Daddy Freeze, in this France, if you like the car, you just go to the showroom, give them your old car, they give you the new one, you continue driving it. So he was driving the latest Mercedes-Benz of that year. In that economy. All he needed to do was, he gets tired of the old one, takes it in, swaps it, starts driving a new one.
But that's the point. I mean, like in Scandinavia especially, I'm highlighting Scandinavia because they're much better off than the rest of Europe.
Oh,
Their
yes.
lifestyle is much higher. Their wealth is much higher as well. And the thing is that, for example, in Scandinavia, they have credit. In Africa, especially West Africa, we have churches. You know what I mean? In Scandinavia, they go to credit for a better lifestyle. We are hoping for the churches that can help us with a better lifestyle. We spend all our time sitting and praying in churches, and in Scandinavia, they do whatever they have to do. They go to work and they go out and buy what they need. We go to churches hoping we'll be able to get somehow that lifestyle that we're looking for by spending almost all our time in churches. You know what I mean? And that's the big difference. One of the big differences. Look at what COVID have done. I mean, for me, I'm a proud Catholic. And I know that even you, when you're coming there with your big mouth and slaying some of our principles, I am a proud Catholic. Nevertheless, But the truth of the matter is that has anyone died more because they couldn't go to church? During this whole period, in anything, we have found out that going out and spending all your money on Sundays at church is not going to help your situation when you need it the most right now. When there's very scarce of other income, for example, right now. So we are definitely in a situation where we have learned how to be able to handle our whatever income we have like in a better way. But even when you have credit, you can also dabble. You can go and say, okay, you know what? This month is going to be a bit hectic. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to spend much more, and then I'm just going to change how much I'm paying next month out of my credit system. You know what I mean? And that's what makes people be able to live in a completely different way and not being able to live so stressed, because every dollar have to make sense, or have to be justified. Otherwise, you're out. You know what I mean? Like if you don't pay, they take they come and possess your car, and they're doing it the most wildest way possible. As you're walking out of your church, then they're out there possessing your car or clamping your, you know what I mean? So you don't have a lot of leg room in a cash society, compared to in a credit society.
Okay, thank you so much. In a nutshell, what is your take as we round off? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Matthew Mensah. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry for taking so much of your time, especially keeping you waiting, but you are the very person I needed today, someone from a Scandinavian country and an African country who can sample both perspectives. So in a nutshell, what is your take? Which would you prefer, and which would you advise? For instance, if you had the opportunity to advise an African leader on a personal basis, what would you say? Should we follow the way of the Scandinavian countries, or should we continue the way Africans are and buy our Gucci iPhones, houses and cars, while 90% of the population struggles with life?
Well, I mean, I would say that, unfortunately, we are not built, we don't have the structure to be able to live in such a generous credit system that they have like in Scandinavia. But I think that it would have been great. It would definitely, if there's a better system, it would be great for a lot of people that deserve a much better lifestyle than they have now. You have people here, and I have to say that I'm not trying to be funny, but for in Ghana, some of the hardest working people are women. They are like the ones that have the strongest capacity when it comes to business minds. If you see all of this, so some of the strongest women you have on the markets, whatever, in Ghana, it's women. But they are sending their kids to school, not like in Ghana, but they're sending their kids to school abroad. Like they are about their finance. They are the ones that you can trust with the micro scheme funds and so on like that, no? But still, they also deserve, and there's a lot of other people that deserve to have like the opportunity to spend some of that hard-earned money, and people that really are saving well in the banks. There should be a system that can actually assist people to have a little bit of an easier lifestyle with having a little bit of credit. And I think as well, especially now, you're seeing that happening as well in West Africa as well. If you work for government, I know we have some programs in Ghana. If you work for government, you will get your salary deducted off to whatever it is you have signed up for, So there is things that is easing towards a bit of a credit opportunity now.
Thank you so much. I agree wholehearted with you. Lovely having you here. And the debate continues. Cash system or credit system, which is better? Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you Matthew Mensah. And just before I let him go, because I see a lot of girls in the comment section saying, "Oh, Matthew, you're so cute. Oh, Matthew, are you single?"
Daddy, please.
Eh? You need to go on a break.
No. Can you quickly check your WhatsApp?
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Say nothing.
Ada sent me a WhatsApp saying, "Oh, this Matthew is so fine," but she said I should say nothing, so I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my goodness.
Matthew, don't come and be chasing all the girls in my life. Oh, what is this one?
No.
So tell us, please, let's set you up so that maybe your girlfriend is hearing. Are you single?
No, I can easily say that I'm still single. I'm still looking for a but for me.
He is joking. He's in a relationship. Oh yeah, girls.
No. I would never lie. For me,
No. I don't want you to break the hearts of all these girls.
no. It's not by force. If I was single, if I was not single, I would never deny my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Then I don't need to have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's not the you know what I mean? But
Okay,
me,
please
I know
kindly
that-
look at all the girls in this system and do not say yes to any of them.
I can't even see.
Don't please, just any girl that hollers at you after now for the next 2 days, just be saying no.
And you know what? Listen, Freeze, we're not coming to Ghana. We're not coming to Nigeria next. I'm bringing you a watch from Ghana because apparently our watches works better here than they do in Nigeria. This is the second time you'll keep me waiting for like 20 minutes.
I'm so
bringing you a
sorry.
watch
It's
from-
not my fault. It's Nigeria Info. It's okay. Hold on. Nigeria Info is here with me. Ada, whose fault is it? You can hear her laughing in the background. It's not even Ada's fault. It's the sports people. What are their names?
Daddy, please, what do you need that information for?
So that we can call them out. Now we're not going to call them out. Is that how we're rubbing their head? They kept the whole Matthew Mensah that all of you now want to die for. You kept him waiting for 30 minutes.
No.
All right, Matthew, thank you so much for joining us. It was so much fun, and we'll continue
Yes.
chatting right after
You know,
this.
every day. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. Take care.
You too, thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Matthew Mensah, and many of you did not listen to a word he was saying because you were checking him out. Oh, he's so fine. He's always been fine since we're younger. He's always been a good-looking brother and also an intelligent brother. Unfortunately, I didn't bring him here because of his looks, even though he does a lot of modeling and all that because of his good looks. But here I brought him because of his good brain. So please tap into his good brain. I want to say Ada blessing. Ada blessing.
Daddy, please, why are you dragging me into this? Stop.
There's a man that I need to call once I get off this radio. There's one man like this that somebody would like to fight with, and then okay, I'm not saying anything.
Really, you want to fight with someone?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
No,
girls,
that's so-
Chef Chish, how are you going? Ada,
Yes, Daddy, please.
you know I love you specially.
Sometime.
You're not sure. Okay, now I have Chioma Banks and Christopher who wants us to call them. So we're going to call them. Chioma Banks, please be on standby. Christopher has been trying to get my attention for a while. Let me just quickly bring him on real quick. Then we'll bring Chioma. Then we'll also open the phone lines to the radio audience. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
All right, Chris, real quick, you have just a few seconds because there are other people on the queue.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to add to what people have been saying. To be honest with you, I think the credit system country are better than the cash system country. 100%. You know, with the credit system country, it makes everyone to be on the same level. Right? In Africa, they don't want everybody to be on the same level. Let's say, for instance, now, the security man in your estate cannot afford to get an iPhone or to buy a house in that same estate. Which, in the credit system country, even cleaner, they have houses on their own. All you need to do is manage your credit score very well. And what takes for you to manage your credit score? Just manage how you spend your money. Anything you're buying, make sure you pay on time. And that is how your credit score will be going higher. If you come to Europe, I live in England, everybody, both manager, directors, everybody, they're on the same level. What your director has, you as a cleaner in that company, you have it on a credit. The only difference there is that the director might use, let's say, 10 years to pay off his mortgage, while you, the cleaner, might have maybe 25 years to pay your mortgage. But the end result is, both of you are own owners. The cash system countries encourages thief, corruption, all manner of things. It encourages ritualists. People want to buy iPhone, so they go all their way to make sure that me too, I want to get this iPhone. I want to buy this house. So they can kill, they can do anything. But if the country is operating on credit system, everybody can get whatever you want as long as your credit score is good. You know, so nobody they cannot compare a cash country, a cash system country is a failed country. To be honest with you, it's a failed country, and that is why all African countries are failing because everybody wants. How, you know, most times I watch on YouTube, how can someone bring out a whole 400 million, 100 million, 200 million to buy a house cash? No. Boris Johnson, our MP, well, big guy that could pay 420,000 pounds. Oh my, explain me to you where. He has to go through. He has to go through the normal way. Look at Boris Johnson. Before he became the prime minister, he was riding on bike. He was riding on bicycle. Time is working for us. That is why we from Africa, we come here. We can even benefit from their own system. I've been in this country. I've got kids in the country. I've never for one day paid £1, paid £1 to send them to school.
Those are some very deep truths. Ada, I'm glad I brought Christopher on, even though Christopher is from the United Kingdom. I try to keep this within the Scandinavian countries because the lady who started this whole charade is a Ugandan lady based in Sweden. Let me try to see if I can bring somebody else up.
Okay.
Because I don't know if this is my internet or what is going on. Can you see me on my internet? Am I okay?
No, I think your network is bad.
My network is beyond bad. My network is actually embarrassing.
Daddy Freeze is frozen.
Yes, Daddy Freeze is finally frozen. And my network, I can't even believe that a network can be like this. IPNX. You people are not trying for me. They are not trying for me now. What's this? And I'm paid. Do you know how much I pay every month? I can't even remove Christopher and bring the next person. Okay, can you see me now?
Okay.
Am I still frozen?
No.
I'm still frozen. Oh man.
I think you have to stop.
Okay.
You have to end the live video and come back.
I don't want to lose this live video, the one that had Matthew on it. No. This is too important.
Yeah.
What is
So what are you going to do? Exit it and save it and come back.
You know what? I'm rebooting the IPNX thing. So anyway, while we're waiting for them, oh, this is so sad because we had so many good people all lined up. This is one reason why online systems don't work in Nigeria. We have a very, very weak base when it comes to anything. How do you work like this? How do you work like this? This is truly sad and saddening. You know. Anyway,
frustration.
you understand my frustration. Let's take one or two calls from the radio while we're waiting for the system to sort itself out. And I still have quite a few people queued up. Finally, I think this seems like it's going to work because I can see the numbers going up and down. Eventually, I'm sure this would stabilize. So let's take a couple of people, or just one person, actually, online. I'll be on the radio
Online,
and
are
then
you back?
come right back. Let's take one person on the radio and then come right back.
All right then, 0700 993 993 993. Hello, good morning, Comrade Ikechukwu.
Good evening, Comrade Ikechukwu. How are you doing?
We cannot have what? Yeah, we are here. Okay, you're saying. Oh, you support a lady that. What are you supporting her for? Yeah, what are you supporting her for? So if we don't have, listen, if we don't communicate, can you hear me? If we don't have the wealth, then how then are we rich? You said in Africa we don't have the wealth. The wealth are not being circulated. So how then are we rich?
I do not hear you very, very well. Let that.
Oh dear, Comrade Ikechukwu. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Mr. Success, go ahead. Okay.
They can change this country in another day. Because from when he started all those things out, all those trips, our leaders cannot, they will have to listen to all those things. You see, you can see most of them now, they will off their radio because they don't want facts. I see what is going on from other countries because of their selfishness. We cry out, everybody is now crying out for me. Everybody is now crying out. So there's no one to help. Like, many people have to wait. Everybody has to wait. They are looking for help from no one to help. So, what I think all those things, when hearing this, it's very good, but no one, all those ones that's up to say, no one can come for when he come up as the president one day.
Okay.
And then he will change the country. From all those things that were listed in Nigeria, I know he will do something about all those things. He will use those methods and turn this country to something else.
All right then. Okay, Mr. Success. Hello.
Ada,
Hello. Good morning, sir.
name is Suleiman, calling from Abuja.
Okay, Suleiman. Daddy, please after Mr. Suleiman.
All
Yeah,
right.
Go ahead.
Please tell that we have started campaigning for him in 2023 that is Mr. President.
Okay, noted.
Don't tell him so. We have started campaigning for him.
He's listening.
Whether I like it or not, we are drawing him. We will force him to start 2023 that is Mr. President.
Okay,
Take note.
noted.
Amen. Oh, Ada looks
Daddy,
like
please.
we're going to go and work. Oh. What was this guy saying, Koboko man?
Okay, technically he's in support of what the lady said, the video we played yesterday.
Okay, and why is that so?
It's not that, he said it's not that we are not wealthy, it's just that the people in power are not circulating the wealth that we have. And I was like,
And
okay,
if
if
they're not
circulating
circulating the
we
wealth
don't
that we have, let me give you an
Exactly.
example.
So what
If
did
your
we have?
father
What did
is
we
a
want?
billionaire king, but he disowned you, are you still wealthy?
My dear.
We need to start moving away from sentiment and emotions
Sentiment, yeah?
into reality. And until we're ready to do this, we're going to continue struggling in many, many areas. This is one major issue I have with Africa as a whole. We need to stop fooling ourselves. Many Africans just lie to themselves, fool themselves, and live on delusions and illusions. And it is my duty as someone who gives out information, it is my duty to make sure that people are educated so they can make educated decisions. People can understand things better and clearer for themselves. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Yeah?
Been struggling with this network all day, and tomorrow now they'll
Sorry
call
about
and
that.
you know, these are you don't get this in a Scandinavian country. Something as simple as internet works. You see, Nigerians are used to having people serve them. That is one reason why we don't like this. You don't want, you see, in a credit society, you're not going to have a house girl that you are paying peanuts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Only in an old-fashioned society like the one we live in would you have a house girl that you pay peanuts while you make a lot of money. Do you understand what I'm saying, Ada?
Yeah.
In my mother's country, the minimum salary you can pay a human being is 400 euro a month. That is the smallest salary you can pay any human being. That is why I don't have a single family member that has a maid or a driver. Because for you to be able to afford a maid and a driver, you've got to be a millionaire in dollars. But in Nigeria, fine, I don't have drivers, and the reason why I don't like drivers is they wreck your car. I've had a driver once and it was a horrible experience. So if I can't drive myself there, I take an Uber. And I don't go to many places. I work from home and I can order stuff online and get them delivered, or when I go out at my own convenience. So I've never, but aside that, in Nigeria, many people have drivers and nannies, and some people have 3 kids and 3 nannies. You dare not. In the UK, you have a nanny. Guess what? Most of the nannies are taken from Nigeria. Which British citizen are you going to hire to come and be taking care of your baby, and you will not pay minimum wage? There was a lady, Chioma, who I was supposed to bring on. I don't know where she is. I really do hope I can bring her on. Now, with all those people deluding themselves that Africa is wealthy, let me share some statistics with you. The lady sat down there and was saying all the people who own iPhones and houses and cars in Uganda, they pay cash for them. Yes. How many people can actually afford to own iPhones, cars, and houses in Uganda? With 38%, nearly 40% of their population in extreme poverty. We're not talking about poverty, we're talking about extreme poverty. Now, let's look at this. Maybe you say those people, the people in Sweden live on credit, while the people in Uganda live on cash. Let's look at Forbes. Forbes billionaire ratings. Sweden has 31 billionaires in dollars. Nigeria has only 3 billionaires in dollars, while Uganda does not have a single billionaire in dollars. So what are you judging the wealth on? iPhones? Houses? My sister, who relocated to the UK, sold a house in Nigeria and bought a house in the UK. She told me yesterday, said she's never buying a house in Nigeria again. Are those things we live in, are those really houses?
Wow.
Think about it. My sister had a house in Lekki, one of these nice estates. So how can you be living in Sweden with 31 billionaires in dollars? Now, another thing you need to understand is billionaires are surprisingly popular in Sweden. So are millionaires. In 2018, Sweden created more millionaires in dollars than any other European country. Somebody's saying, when I go shopping in Europe, I spend cash only. See respect. You think they respect you. You spend cash. There's no problem in you spending cash. But you cannot say Ugandans who buy iPhones are rich. How do you know someone is rich? Because you see them on Forbes. Now, there's another thing we need to talk about. Let's talk about the GDP of Sweden, the gross domestic product. Sweden has a population of 10 million. Lagos is 25 million. Let me be sure. Let me give you that statistic 100%. Lagos population. Lagos population. Okay, some are saying 20 million. Some are saying 14 million. Wikipedia is saying 14.8 million. Just know that whatever the population of Lagos is, it is more than the population of the whole country, Sweden. Meanwhile, Sweden has a GDP more than Nigeria's GDP. Nigeria as a country has a GDP of 448 billion. Sweden, with less people than Lagos State, has a GDP of 530 billion, more than almost 100 billion more than the GDP of Nigeria. This is a country with only 10 million people. Uganda, on the other hand, has 44 million people, 4 times the number of people in Sweden, and their GDP is 35 billion. That to me is poverty. How can your gross domestic product be 35 billion and your population is 44 million, and you are comparing yourself to Sweden, who has a gross domestic product of 530 billion and they have only 10 million? There's a certain lady here, my angel's angel. She is one of the most ignorant people on the chat. She has been displaying her ignorance. You are telling me about going to shop in a shop and you are spending credit and that makes you wealthy. Do you have sense, auntie? We are talking of the country's gross domestic product. We are talking about the number of people living in extreme poverty. There is no human being living in extreme poverty in Sweden. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, the number is 90 million. In Uganda, the number is about nearly 20 million. The Uganda that the girl was bragging about, they don't have a single billionaire in dollars. Sweden has 31. So even in the credit society, you have more of an opportunity of becoming a billionaire than in a cash society. Unless, of course, you have access to looted government funds. She's there talking economics. I'm talking economics. You are talking like a layman. So you need to understand this. Now, let me tell you what the problem you people have with the credit society. You are used to having people serve you. You are used to having servants. You are used to having maids and nannies and drivers and when I wake up in my estate, I just see errand boys, drivers. You dare not. How rich are you that you have a nanny? What you will have is a washing machine. That's the best you can have. Angel, I would disrespect you as long as you come to my live and chat nonsense. If you are not intelligent enough to figure things out, you are not entitled to your opinion. Your opinion is based on... You see, that's the nonsense that we have in this Nigeria. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You are not entitled to your own facts. You are coming and telling me you are going to shop in a supermarket and that makes you wealthy and people look at you. Wow, ooh, wow. Do you know the way they look at Africa? Your country cannot even afford to vaccinate its citizens. The credit societies are the ones building the vaccines. You are there as usual, collecting, buying. Please, let's be telling ourselves the truth. Let me remove this senseless girl from here. My angel's angel, brainless somebody. Let me just hide the lie from her. So I just get out of here. You are not entitled to your facts. You are entitled to an opinion. Your opinion can be full of crap. You need to get it. What are you basing your opinion on? Is it gross domestic product? Is it poverty? Is it number of billionaires? You are telling me the same iPhone mentality. I have an iPhone. Is that what you base your wealth on? Look at the number of... Just drive from Lekki Toll Gate to Victoria Island and see poor people in a state which you can never see in a civilized country. Hungry, poor people on the road. They say people should wear nose masks. Some people cannot even afford a nose mask. That is... You see, most of these people who are talking have never left the shores of Nigeria before. They've never left the... That's why you can sit down and say, hey, they are poor people. Do you know? I got to Canada. My friend lost his job in Canada. He was sitting at home and they were paying him salary.
Wow.
I'm telling you, anybody in Sweden, in Canada, in the Netherlands can bear me witness to this. Denmark, you lose your job, the government still pays you salary. Let me tell you what happens in Romania. In Romania, if you get pregnant, you are entitled to 2 years maternity leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you listening? In Nigeria, it's 3 months. In Romania, it is 2 years, of which you will still earn 80% of your salary. Your company that you're working for is mandated to pay 40%, while the government will subsidize the remaining 40%. Imagine getting pregnant, you go on holiday 3 months before you deliver, and for 1 year, 9 months, you are still at home earning salary, and the delivery is free in a world standard hospital. And then you are telling me that somebody that can buy iPhone. Listen to the mentality of the girl. She said, when you if you lose your job abroad, you are on the street. It's not like that. Maybe in America, not in Scandinavian countries. Secondly, if you lose your job, unless you stole or you did something terribly wrong, you'd get another job within a few days. And if your company downsized, you get some level of protection from the government. Then she said, you just sit at home because you own the house. It's an illusion. You see, Nigerians like to fool themselves. When I bought my Range Rover, I drove it for about 7 years. Do I still have it? No. Wouldn't I have been better off leasing it? When it's not I'm going to use it forever. Why do I need to have a Range Rover? Like, as in, why do I need to pay for it and tie the money down? When I could have, I'm not going to use it for more than 6 years. Let me tell you, that 6 years was because I was doing other things. Normally, I shouldn't use my car for more than 2 years. Why do I want to pay cash and buy a car that I will drive for 2 years, then sell it after 2 years and pay another cash and buy another car? Does it even make sense? Why don't I just lease it for those 2 years? When that 2 years is gone, I pick the next one I'm interested in. Why do I have to spend money and buy iPhone when I can lease it? I have iPhone 11 Pro. It's not even working well again. The battery's on 84%. Before, when the iPhone 11 Pro was brand new, I used to use it the whole day. Now, by 3 o'clock, the battery is already dead. So why do I want to pay cash to own something like that? Why do I need to own it? I just need to use it for 1 year, 2 months, go and get the next one. So we tie our money down and our logic down on irrelevant things that are meaningless, and the real things that we're supposed to focus on, we can't focus on.
Absolutely. Anyway, Daddy Freeze, we have just 3 more minutes before.
Yes, I'm absolutely sorry. I apologize to you, Ada, and I really appreciate you for accommodating us today. Thank you so much. You accommodated us. Unfortunately, we're supposed to start by 11:15. We didn't start till 12 thereabouts. But the beauty of our show is the people still are there waiting for us, and we have to throw out our facts. Now, at the end of the day, no disrespect to the young lady, even though initially I was hard on her. No disrespect. She had an opinion, but I totally disagree with the opinion, and I believe that opinion is what's keeping Africa poor. Africa has a lot of resources, but we are misdirected in our utilizing of the resources. We're very backward in our mind and in application of ourselves. So we are where we are as a consequence of the way we think and the way we act. We also Henry the Great said you should send him your account, Ada. And then you're laughing. Yeah, quickly. These are my people. They will take care of you.
Daddy Freeze.
Oh yeah. They will send you something.
Are you for real?
Yes, now. You think it's a joke? Just Henry the Great. Just DM him. He will send you, and send him your account details. He'll send you something.
Okay.
See, I see if you woman, they like money.
Wow, Daddy.
All right, sorry, I'm joking. But all women are like that, including my mother and my daughter.
Oh, wow. But it's not all women. I think it's human. Like we all.
Me too. Don't. I will not lie.
It's even written in the Bible.
Now you tend to see people love money more in Nigeria because they believe money solves their problems. In Scandinavian countries, let me give you an example. I visited a friend of mine in Austria, and he was supposed to close work at 4, and then they had to, because they had some deadlines, they had to stretch till 6. So he called me and said, oh, he's going to be late. He has 2 extra hours to put in at work, blah, 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 blah. The next day, guess what they said? They gave him the option of working and getting paid for those 2 hours, or having 2 hours off the next day. You know what he chose? He chose 2 hours off the next day.
What? Okay.
Now let me have the 2 hours to go to the park with his girlfriend and go and watch a movie, go to the mall. The average Nigerian will choose to be paid for those 2 hours.
Yes, so.
Now, let's also talk about the quality of life in a place like Uganda. And I'm rounding off very quickly. I remember I was in the UK.
I'm actually looking at the time.
I was in the UK with my friend Chooks. So I forgot my phone. You know when you go to the bathroom and you put your phone on top of the toilet?
Yeah.
And I went back to bed. My alarm rang from the toilet, and I could hear it crystal clear, like it was ringing in my head. And the toilet door was locked from the bedroom.
Okay.
And between the bedroom and the toilet, there's a kitchen, there's another room. The toilet's at the end of the corridor. First things first, when you get abroad, one of the first things that clear out is your ears. You begin to hear things that you never knew existed.
Seriously.
Because of the noise pollution in Africa.
Generators and all of that, yeah.
Then the air is clear. Europe has some of the bluest skies you can ever imagine. The skies are blue. Nigeria, the skies are gray. Now, let me tell you something else. Yeah. In Europe, you have more peace of mind. People don't have burglary proof. Nobody's gonna come and rob you.
True that.
You understand? So the quality of life in Sweden can never be compared to the quality of life that you get
In Africa.
in Uganda. Nigeria is the worst. We have the worst quality of life. Worst. Noise from your generator, area boys on the street, potholes, no light, no water.
There was preaching, Daddy Freeze. I don't know where you stay, but I've lived in an area where they'll wake you up around 4. They are preaching salvation. Don't get me wrong, I support salvation, but please let me sleep now. Please.
There's something I used to tell my dad when I was younger. I said, Daddy, why are you waking me up at this time? Why are we going to go and disturb God? Let God to rest now. I see. They say I'm made in the image of God. If you are stressing me as you are waking me up, we are also stressing God. My father did not find it funny.
Did you eat that day? Did he give you food?
You know, and that's another problem we have. Religion. Everything is religion, and no love, no progress. Look at all those Scandinavian countries. Is either they are Catholic or they are irreligious. So thank you so much, Ada. Send your details to Henry. Have you sent a DM to him?
No, I'm still here watching your live video.
Okay, send the DM. Huh? Henry, thank you so much for the love.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And this is where we draw the curtain. Pay your tithe. Yes. That's very good. That's a good girl. Yeah, pay your tithe. All of you too, pay your tithe. Be paying your tithe. All right. Take care, guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Ada, take care of yourself.
All right, Daddy Freeze.